Should you charge per hour or per service when doing nails? We're going to talk about this hot topic right now on the Biz Talk. Tracey, I think I should charge you per hour just for my presence. You being in my presence, I need to start charging a rate, and I think hourly. No, I'm gonna charge per service. For what I mean is, if I show up for a meeting, that's gonna be X amount of dollars. If a phone call from you is gonna be X amount of dollars, then I'll break down my hourly rate and send you a bill. What do you think about that?
Put it on this Young Nails credit card. Just charge it to that.
No. This is a personal charge for you, and you need to pay up. Okay, if you want answers from the CEO,
send me to collections.
I'm gonna send my debt collections department, Greg Salo. Greg Salo.
The worst. You could not find a worse person to do that.
To collect debt.
First of all, I've seen him deal with people, and he's like, "Oh no problem. It's okay."
It's not a strong suit.
No,
collecting money is not.
No.
It's that was my job at the company for many years.
For good reason.
But we all have our strong points. That definitely was not his. And I'll tell you though, I didn't want to do it. I really didn't want to do it, but whatever, had to do it.
Gotta be done.
Gotta be done. So
how do we get there?
Huh?
I don't even know.
I don't know how we get anywhere when we have these conversations. Okay. So if you are a nail technician,
I am.
Not you, talking to them, Trace. If you're a nail tech, okay, we get a lot of questions from beginner techs or even some that have been doing nails for a while, mostly beginners, but maybe some that have been doing nails for a while are not charging the appropriate rate. Like, charging is a big deal.
Yeah.
And so many nail professionals are not charging the right way. One part of that is, should I charge hourly or should I charge per service? So we're going to break this down, and it's going to make a lot of sense to you. This is going to be a key topic for your nail business. So Trace, let's get to it. Hourly, per service. What's your take?
It's per service.
Per service. And you answered that in 2.2 seconds, not even doubt, nothing. Why should they charge per service?
Because when you charge per hour, you probably are not going to make your potential. So for instance, I'm fast.
Yeah.
At nails, especially if I'm in salon doing it over and over. And so if something that takes Habib an hour to do, and let's just say a fill, right?
Okay.
Habib takes an hour to do a fill. It's $60. I take 30 minutes to do a fill. And so now I'm supposed to charge 30. Why? Why am I cutting my wage in half?
Right.
I'm still doing the work. My client's still very happy. No, I'm just going to make more money than Habib.
Right. Also, what if you're in the same salon? Let's just say, for example, you're in a salon and they're booth rentals, right? Let's just say, for example, and one person charges per hour, one person charges per service, let's just say. And it's super inconsistent. It's well, why is it only $30 over there? Because she's faster, but she charges per hour. But why am I paying? It's confusing.
It's
for
confusing
a customer.
To a customer. But all that aside, you're right. It can cause conflict. It can cause confusion. It's just not doing yourself any favors at all.
Well, also, what about this situation, Tracey? What if one day your client comes in, you do a full set, and let's say it takes you 2 hours, for example, right? And so you charge, let's say you're charging $30 an hour. So you charge 60, insane, but let's just say, for example,
you charge 60, and you're now charging 120.
Right.
Let's get 30 out of that.
Well, okay, so $30 an hour. You charge $60 for a full set. Okay. Let's just say.
Okay.
The next time that client comes in, you take a little longer just because you're having a rough day. let's just say, for example, it's just something happens and you went over 30 minutes. What are you going to charge them $15 more? Or maybe the next time you're faster. Yeah. Are you giving them a discount? Like,
yeah, because I've even seen people charge per minute. They go, I charge. Oh, yes.
Really?
Yes. We used to have an educator that would kind of preach that $1 per minute. And I'm like, no, please don't do that. And that was for everything. It was $1 per minute, whether it was art or whatever.
So $60 an hour.
$60 an hour. Yeah. And so if you do something in 30 minutes, it just
doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And I've recently told this story. Maybe it was on Twitch, and my mom taught me this stuff because we used to clean houses, and she charged per service, not per hour. She's very fast at what she's do and very thorough. And this lady just did not like that she didn't charge per hour. And she would say, I want you here longer. And she's like, are you happy with the service? I'm happy with the service. Then why does it matter? I charge per service.
Right.
One day the lady saw, I want you here when I get back. I don't care if you have to eat, watch TV, whatever it is. I want you here when I get back. I want you for X amount of hours.
Insane.
And my mom grabbed her buckets with me and said, I'm not going to be here when you leave, meaning I'm out.
I'm gone.
The lady changed her mind very quickly.
Yeah.
But my mom knew her worth. She knew that she was faster than a lot of people, and she knew her work was good.
Yeah. That is that's a crazy person, right? That's like, no, I don't care. Like, I want you, like this mentality of like, I'm paying X amount of dollars. You need to be in my house. If somebody is coming over and they are cleaning my house, right? I would be, if they can do it faster and do the same job and then be out of the house, even better.
And I'm the same way when it comes to hair, nails, anything. When I go, I want out as I am the worst about sitting. Surprisingly, I know.
Shocker.
It's awful. And then I go get my hair done, and I know it's going to be this X amount. Last time she's like, it's going to be about a 5-hour service. And
I'm my God, dude. For coloring? Is that how long it takes?
I got extensions.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I got my hair color and I have extensions.
I didn't know that.
Well, it's been in a bun warehouse look since I've had it done. I'm like, good job, Trace, getting your hair longer.
Bun it.
Awesome.
So
I almost went insane.
Yeah, dude.
I almost went, and I mean, she's fast. That was fast. Hair
fast.
Coloring and fast. And so if someone can get me out, in and out, I'll pay you more.
Exactly. No. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Like that, those are facts. Like everybody's time is important.
Yeah.
Why do you think Amazon does so well? E-commerce does so well because you don't have to leave your house. Like, again, I made the fatal error of like going to Best Buy with Theo. Like he had a jiu-jitsu class. Afterwards, we went to Best Buy because I had to get him a little, he's doing like a documentary thing in a school and he's making a little video. And so like I took an old phone and attached it to like a little mini selfie stick, right? So we went to Best Buy. It's like sucks. I'm like walking around, they don't have it, not in stock, had to try to find something else. And I'm like, why didn't I literally just go to Amazon and it would have been delivered the next day? Time. I value my time, and as should you.
Yeah. Value your own time, which
exactly.
is and I think part of it is really knowing your worth. And what I recommend for people is, what advice would you give someone else?
Yeah,
that's telling you, I don't think I should charge that. I should charge this. What would you tell them? You would look at them and say, "Are you crazy?" But we don't give ourselves that advice.
Yeah, that's right. It's
self-doubt.
It is self-doubt, and like I like to give value. You know what I'm saying? Like in our business, for example, Trace, we give so much value, right? We give free content, free education on YouTube. We have 1,700 videos for free. We do insane sales. We give value, but still, you know what I mean? Like I know what it's not like we also get requests. People will email a text and say, please, can you send me, tons of stuff it happens all the time. Right. Yeah. But in the end, we have to draw a line, and it's like, it's a business, and we're going to give you great, phenomenal value. And you can do that as a nail technician and still charge what you should be charging per service. Mm-hmm. Right. And if you're given amazing service, if you're finishing on time, if you're not late, starting on time, if you're setting a great environment for your clients, if you're putting out content, educating your clients on nails, nail care, like that's all because not everybody does that.
No. And I was sitting here while you're talking zoning, and I was thinking, kind of putting myself in the customer's seat on this. I think it would kind of give me anxiety. Like, oh, she's taking longer. Oh,
totally.
It's going to cost me more. I wonder if I could push her to go faster.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? To kind of like, why have that conversation in it when it should just be set pricing? And then on the flip side, I totally actually forgot what I was going to say. I was thinking about a mentor who kind of was doing that. And when we broke it down, because I don't believe in charging per the hour, this is where I was going with it, but I do believe in figuring out how much you're making per hour.
So important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cad, and I think I've told this story before, but she, came to us. She's like, the set I did for this lady that's going to Mexico, insane set. Beautiful. 3D Corona bottles, Mexican blank, beautiful. And I'm like, these are amazing. Oh my gosh. She's like, yeah, I charged $120 for them. I'm like, nice. And I'm like, how long did it take you? And she's all 6 hours.
Yeah.
I said, let's back it up. She said, well, I made $20 an hour. I said, no, you didn't. You're 50% commission. You made $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Now, either you should have set that as a set price. This set's going to be X amount of dollars. Or, man, you could have just done a beautiful liquid blue set with Mylar, make it look like the ocean with some glitter. She would have been super happy, gotten it done in an hour, and you would have made the same amount of more. You would have made more money. Yeah.
And if you break that down, Trace, like you said, so she made $60 for 6 hours, right? If you're making $10 an hour, I don't want that for you. Mm-mm. In a nail career, when the potential is, that's not even minimum wage here in California,
no.
right?
And there's no, we're nail techs. We don't get benefits. We don't get those things.
Correct.
If you break it, for me personally, if I broke it down and I'm making $10 an hour, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to Costco, get a really good job, have benefits, or somewhere, wherever, and I'll do nails as a hobby on the side.
Even Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
100%. Like, if you're doing nails, we want you to be making a career, like an actual career where you're making really good money, and that's the potential of the job. Mm-hmm. If there's a potential to make great money in a job, I don't want you to make, the absolute base minimum. Yeah. You're going to struggle. You're going to be like, why am I doing this? You're buying nail supply. Like, you're just going to be in this state of frustration. You have to understand, like, pricing, setting your pricing, knowing to charge per service. And then as you improve your timing, you get paid more. You get rewarded for that. Yep. Right?
Faster you go. Yeah. And you're still giving the same great, amazing service. Nails still look amazing. All that. I think about this one episode of a show. It was a financial show. Like, this lady came in and would always help these couples. And sometimes we get so focused on, I'm making money. I just keep going. Mm-hmm. This couple had like 4 kids. They're both working their butts off, like just exhausted. And she actually broke it down and said, do you realize that you are losing money by the fact that she's working because of how much you're paying for people to watch her children?
Right.
So they both started bawling. You have to be financial responsible, right? You have to look at it as a business. You need to turn it off in your head that it's you and look at it as you're giving someone else advice.
And it's not easy to look at the truth of your business finances.
Yeah. Looking at it from the outside.
Yeah. Like, you have to be honest with yourself. And so, like, let's say you do a set of nails, right? Let's say let's even say you're charging per service, right? And you do this amazing set of nails, and it took you, like the example of this educator, it took you 6 hours. You have to be honest about it. You got to be like, whoa, let me break this down. I made $10 an hour. That's not my goal when doing nails. Yes, I gave her an amazing set of nails and I'm super proud of that work, but I'm going to go broke and I'm going to quit eventually, burn out because I'm spinning my wheels.
Get resentful.
Be resentful about it. I can tell you from experience, looking at the finances of the business and being honest with it, all the spend, what's coming in, what's coming out, how much are we actually making, it is not easy to do. And it's a lot of times people, they don't want to know the truth. They actually don't want to know.
Yeah, they're scared of the truth.
Of course, it's scary.
Yeah, it's scary. And also, they're so, like that couple, they were so involved in just doing.
Yeah.
They were too busy to step back.
That, again, that's happened to us a bunch of times, Trace.
I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure. Where you mistake being busy for being successful. You mistake it. And you think that, oh, I'm busy. This means that my business is working. But if you're not making money, the business it's better to not be working and not make money versus working insanely hard and spinning your wheels, because that is where you're burning the candle at both ends, killing yourself. Yeah. So if that's happening to you, you've got to look at price per service. And then what Tracey said is you have to be honest and break it down. How much am I actually making per hour? How much am I actually making per hour? Because here, I will tell you, if let's say, for example, you're making, okay, like after everything, you're making an honest $30 an hour, let's say, that's $60,000 a year. If you're fully booked, you're working 5 days a week, like on a traditional schedule of like 8 hours a day, let's say, right? If you're doing 8 hours a day and you're making $30 an hour, that's 60 grand a year. That's a good amount of money, okay? And we're not even saying you should charge that. Like your average needs to be much higher eventually. It needs to be much higher. We'd love to see you in that $60, $70 range, which is now $120 to $140. You're making six figures.
So good.
Yeah, so good.
So many techs, when we say you can make over $100,000 a year, they're like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we break it down for them. That's one thing we do in the OWC. The last day, we actually give them all these services. I think it's 8 services to do. And we break it down on if you charge the least amount, we say, like, I don't want you charging any less than this. This is what you make. And if you charge what we really suggest you make or charge, you make this. And they're both over $100,000.
That's right. That's right.
It's a good job.
It's a good job. It's a great career. And eventually you can set your own schedule. Once you have a full clientele, it's not easy. Like in terms of building a clientele is not easy. And also, when you run your own business, you got to make tough decisions. And part of that is understanding that you've got to charge per service and know what you're making per hour, but not charge per hour. So let us know in the comments below your take on this. Do you know what you're making per hour? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear about it. And also any ideas for future episodes, let us know in the comments below. Tracey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you next time on the Biz Talk.